Good morning, everyone. It's Sal Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're all doing well this morning. Another day, another dollar, another news round on Manchester United, another bunch of news, another new player, whatnot. Guys, before I start, I know I've already started, but before I start properly, please can I ask you a favour? I am literally 4 away from 3,000 subscribers. Please, could you kindly subscribe to the video, to the channel, and smash a like on the video? That would be absolutely great if you guys can do that. That would be absolutely amazing if you guys can do that. If you could subscribe to the video, that'd be brilliant. Guys, so let's get it started. So in the world of Manchester United, in regards to transfers, in regards to noise, in regards to the disgruntled fan base around Ineos, etc., we need to just calm down a little bit. Now, it is very frustrating what's going on in regards to Manchester United. It is very annoying what's going on Manchester United, because we've been here before, haven't we? We've been here before in regards to transfers being let down, for example, and just not getting the transfers through the door, getting third, fourth, fifth choice players, for example, you know, and it's not on. Manchester United do need to get a move on. Why is everything slowing down? Yes, exactly. And let's go through some of the comments. You guys join me here. Mark, good morning. How you doing? The transfer window has officially been wrecked by United merchants. McTominay, Casemiro, and Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, and Ineos should do is let them all rot on the bench. See what can be rescued of this window. Yeah, mate, ruthless. That's what we need. Kenny looks like Miss Scooby-Doo, and Lindelof are staying. Yeah, madness. Good morning, Dabishish. Good morning, Tony, as usual. Good morning, my friends. Hello, Dabishish. Yeah, why is everything slowing down? Now, everything's slowing down, obviously, because of the way Manchester United are financially. Manchester United do have to sell players to get players in, and this is the problem at the moment. Players are on astronomical wages. If you look at our wage structure in regards to other clubs, they cannot match those wages. For example, McTominay and you know, Anthony and players like that. Teams cannot match their wages. They cannot match the wages of. Good morning, Ita. How you doing, my bro? I hope you're well. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for joining. They cannot match the wages, and this is the problem at the moment. They cannot get afford what we can afford, and this is testament to the way we've been run over the past 20 years. Handing out bumper contracts undeservedly as well. I mean, I always believe that if you're going to get money, you have to achieve it. You have to achieve it, you know, and these players haven't achieved it. They're just giving it for small little stat padding and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Domino effect will have an effect on us and how, but in the future it will do, mate. And we were very enthusiastic a couple of weeks ago in regards to Xerxes, in regards to Euro. Everything was looking bright, but at the end of the day, we still got the same problems with the same players holding on, and this is the problem with it. What I would have done is got those players in the dressing room, as my friend said there. I said, look, that's it. You're not going to play now. That's it. It's over. You're not going to play. You're going to be in the reserves, and that's what I would have done. Good morning, Donovan. Good morning, everyone. I'm excited though for the RCs. I'm excited. You have to be excited, mate. This is football. Football is life. Football is life. Football is an adrenaline filler, isn't it? And we need football, obviously, back, of course. But we want to be enthusiastic about the season. We want to believe that, you know, things are going to work out for us. Now, after the news about Ugarte, trust the process here. Trust the process. Why difficult exit? This is the problem with Manchester United. Are facing exit deals that are struggling. They've struggled to get rid of players over the years, of course, because teams don't want to afford to pay the money for their wages. They will pay the money for the player, but that's one thing. They won't pay money for the wages. Look at the way Manchester City are run. Unfortunately, I don't like bringing them into the subject. But if you look at Alvarez going for 80 million, when was the last time we sold a player for that amount of money? We don't have £100 million players. Unfortunately, we don't. And at the end of the day, we're struggling to sell players for 10, 15 million. Why is that? That's because they're on astronomical wages. And this is the problem. Teams like Fulham, teams like Southampton, teams like Galatasaray even, and Fenerbahce, they cannot afford the wages of these players. These players are on astronomical wages. McTominay just wants to hang on for dear life. He does not want to leave the club. He's staying at the club. He's staying put. And even if you think about Marcus Rashford, who would pay 350 grand a week for Marcus Rashford? You wouldn't, would you? It just comes with a package, wouldn't it? Big up everyone. Big up Mark, my friend. How you doing, bro? Big up Delit. Big up Call Me Sire. Big up Sire. Delit and Mark Mazaru is still on. Maybe Fofana. Hopefully morning. Yeah, let's get into that now. Firstly, I'm going to bring in the sort of deals I like. Right, deals that you don't expect. Right, and you know, scouting. I like scouting. I like looking at the next big thing. Now, the next big thing that we're talking about today is Andre. Correctly, Andre Trinidad da Costa Neto. Andre Neto, we're going to call him. Sanderberg, you okay? Andre Neto. So we're going to call him Andre Neto. Andre Neto plays for Fluminense in Brazil. Okay, he's a 23-year-old midfielder, defensive midfielder he's a modern day defensive midfielder who has 5 caps for Brazil. Now, Manchester United are interested in this player, I've done my studies. I've looked at this player. Very good, small. He's only 5 foot, 5'9", but he's very strong and tenacious. So this is the type of player we're looking at the moment. So if this type is the type of player we want to bring in, then so be it. I don't mind bringing in players that are unknown as long as they've been scouted, as long as they are good enough. At his level in the midfield is workhorse. Sanderberg is at his level workhorse. The workhorse of midfield. Yeah, exactly. You know, and we don't want. I would rather go for an Andre Neto, obviously of Fluminense, someone of that ilk, who is unknown relatively to the football world and is strong. You can look at Neto. You look at Andre Neto. Just look at a picture of Andre Neto, right, of Fluminense, and look at him. He looks like a beast. He is absolutely a monster. 5 caps for Brazil, the future of Brazilian football in midfield. And I would look at that player. I like that player. I've had a look at him, and he looks absolutely astute. He's from Bahia in Brazil. Obviously, the capital of Brazil is not the capital, but you know, near the capital of Brazil, near Salvador. So he's a very, very good player, and we should go for a player like that, in my opinion, who's willing to prove himself, who wants to prove himself, who wants to come to Europe and play football. Only 23 years old. For example, the Burnley player we're after yesterday, Berg, is 26, going on 27. So. This player, Neto, Andre Neto, is a very good player. We should go after these type of players. In my opinion, I like this type of player. I like this type of deal, and it will represent a cheaper option than a Premier League player, for example. You know, I'm bringing in a Premier League player, or even an Ugarte. I really set my heart on Ugarte. We all did, I think, set our heart on Ugarte, but it doesn't look like that deal's going to happen. I don't think it's completely dead in the water. I think we could come in with another bid next week. But at the moment, it looks like it's just not going to happen. PSG are not playing ball with us. We've not got the money. We cannot sell players. McTominay wants to stay, wants to cling on and fight for his place. These players need to leave. Eriksen needs to go. McTominay needs to go. Maguire needs to go. Lindelof needs to go. Wan-Bissaka needs to go. These players all need to go. And even I would chuck in Sancho there as well, you know, and maybe a Rashford. Richard Rios looks great. Yeah, Richard Rios, fantastic player, Mark. Yeah, we were talking about him about a couple of weeks ago. The price tag, his release clause is like 90 million. It's madness, isn't it? You know, this is what I was saying, though. This is exactly what I was saying. It seems like the only team that doesn't have 90 million pound players is Man United. It seems like we're the only team who sell players for ridiculously cheap, 20, 30 million. Why is that? We all know why that is. It's because of the Glazers and the way we've been run the last 20 years. McTominay out, Zubimendi in. Yes, Zubimendi is another one. 50 million release clause. Can we afford the 50 million? This is the whole point of it. We can't get Ugarte because we cannot afford around 50 million for Ugarte. So if we're going to get in Zubimendi, that contradicts that argument, doesn't it? I love Zubimendi as a player, but are we going to bring him in? We need him, and Ineos need to do something, because at the end of the day, these players that are not leaving, these players are clinging on for dear life, like McTominay, clinging on for dear life, do not want to leave, are harming United's future. Now, I come from an era where Eric Cantona retired at 27 years old, roughly, and he said he was not fit enough, or he didn't have the drive and passion to play football anymore. And that is the type of mentality that we had. It weren't about his pockets. It weren't about earning a packet. He could have got triple the wages he could have got if he stayed at Man United, but he decided to leave because he couldn't give 100%. Where is this mentality gone? Where is it gone? This is why I asked you the question. Also, Gary Neville. Gary Neville famously had a game against West Brom of his last ever game for Manchester United, and he was absolutely atrocious. He knew then that he couldn't play anymore. He just didn't have it. He weren't good enough anymore. His legs were gone, and he left. But he could have earned more money staying at Man United, of course. But this is the type of mentality we had. Nowadays, we have mentality where players just want to cling on for dear life. They want to take the money. They want to run down their contracts, and that's what they want to do. And this is not the way Manchester United should be run. Manchester United should be ruthless. Manchester United should be calling these players in the dressing room and saying, look, you got to go. You're going to be in the reserves. You're not going to play football. That's it. You're going to be in the reserves. But c'est la vie, c'est la vie. United, let's have a look at these comments. I will not be able to survive another season with a loan similar to Weckles. I'd rather just have academy players. Me too, mate. Me too. I'm surprised City are as 95 million euro. They run like a proper club, mate. They run like a proper club, Manchester City. And even if they do bend the rules, you have to applaud the way they do their business. At the end of the day, business is ruthless, and business you have to bend the rules sometimes. We seem like we're not bending the rules. We're too soft. We're not the Red Devils, with red ponies at the moment, because at the moment we don't like bending the rules. Oh, FFP, we're all scared and everything, and basically our team across the street are just 115 charges, don't give a damn. They're just carrying on. In this world, if you want to be a winner, you have to bend the rules a little bit, don't you? And Manchester United just seem to be using FFP and this as an excuse. This feels like a Glazer summer. It really does feel like a Glazer summer, I'm telling you. It really does. Mark, good morning, my friend. The way things are now, United should be all over Rabiot. Rabiot, yeah, he was never going to be my first choice. He's a very uninspiring choice, in my opinion. But you cannot doubt his experience. He's got endless amounts of caps for France, of course. Brilliant player. But would he fit into the Premier League? Would he fit in? Here we go. Slow down. Will he fit into the Premier League, Rabiot? Would at his stage in his career, do you think he would fit in now? Do you think so? I'm not too sure if he can. I've never been the biggest fan of Rabiot, I have to admit. But, he gets picked for France all the time. He's always there for the French national team. So he is definitely an option there. I'd rather him than nobody. Let's just say that. I'd rather him than nobody. I'd rather a Rabiot than a no Rabiot, for example. But at the end of the day, Ugarte was the one we wanted. Ugarte is the one we should have got. And we should have pushed everything to get Ugarte. And if that meant throwing players out the door, throw players out the door. That's what we should have done. And I'm really angered by a few of these players who don't want to leave, who are clinging on for dear life. Scott McTominay loves the club. Yeah, right, loves the club. Loves himself. That's who he loves. He loves himself. He loves his own ego. He loves his social media following. Matt Millen, how you doing, my friend? Good morning, by the way. Long time. If these players can't find clubs who can't match or give these players the wages they want, if we don't going to be docked points like Everton and Forest. No, we're not, mate. We're not going to be docked points. Look at Manchester City. At the end of the day, this is an excuse Manchester United are using to their advantage, And at the end of the day, we do have FFP to worry about at the end of the day, but this is the players' fault. These players, this is testament to the way we've been run over the years. And this is why I wanted a full Sal. Okay, this is why we wanted a full Sal, because at the end of the day, if we had a full Sal, Glazers out, debt cleared, we would afford to be able to get rid of these players, pay off their contracts, get rid of them and bring in new players. And that is the issue we're having at the moment. We've got a team across the street who are just bending the rules at the end of the day. They got 115 charges, nothing's happening. Nothing's going to happen. We know nothing's going to happen. They don't care. They don't care. At the end of the day, a bit of money, side money, I'm not saying anything sinister in regards to Manchester City, but at the end of the day, it is sinister, isn't it, what's going on? Because what they're doing, and at the end of the day, I would say this. If Ineos could not afford to run Manchester United, and if Ineos knew that we had all these problems in regards to FFP and our debt, why buy the club? Why buy the club? At the end of the day, they knew it. They should have let someone who had endless pockets of money to throw at it, to throw at the project, clear the debt, and that would have improved the FFP. Of course, we are 1 billion in debt. This is not to be sniffed at. We are. And at the end of the day, this has affected everything. Thanks to whoever this 27.5% buy at the end of the day. Sonny, good morning. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Why is there getting hatred into the fans of the Man United? Why are you doing this? You are bigger than this. Don't do that. Mate, listen. This is not hatred, Sonny. What are you talking about? This is not hatred. What are you on about, mate? not to be reactive. Mate, I've been supporting a club before you were born, my friend. I'm telling you as what I'm hearing. At the end of the day, what is going on in the transfer market right now, my friend? What is going on? Are we moving quickly or are we moving slowly? Tell me, what's going on? I'm bringing you the facts. At the end of the day, Manchester United do not have money. And I'm telling you why we do not have money. Sonny, if you're going to say hatred is not in my DNA. Last season, I was supporting Ten Hag all season. I was a Ten Hag in. I'm still Ten Hag in. I'm still supporting Ineos. This is not hatred. This is a football conversation. If you want hatred, go somewhere else. Go to Saeed's channel or go somewhere like that. This is not where I am. I am not a hateful person. I'm talking constructively about football. And if people cannot handle constructive criticism, then football's not for them at the end of the day. This is about a constructive conversation about Manchester United and where we are right now. No, the window is not closed. We still got 10 days until the first game of the season and 9 days until the first game of the season against Fulham. It's important that you listen and not just say, I'm hateful, because we're not hateful, guys. Sonny, I like you. You're good. You've been on there a lot of time, but you're sort of getting a bit carried away in regards to what we're talking about here. Listen, Manchester United need to get rid of players to sign players. These players do not want to leave. This is a fact, right? Manchester United are 1 billion in debt. This is what I've been talking about, right? So Manchester United are 1 billion in debt. This is not instigating hate towards the Manchester United fan base. This is not, right? We're talking about facts here. We do not live on fluffy clouds and rainbows and unicorns. At the end of the day, this is about Manchester United's future. I supported the club for 4 decades. I'm telling you what I think. Right? I'm not just instigating hate because I support the football club with all my heart. And every single day, even when the season starts, I will support every player on that pitch and the manager. And I never once sway from that. If Rabia want to join, let's keep for second choice. We never have good substitution. Yes, exactly, Mawaya. Good comment. Well, it's about having the money. Yeah, let me just read this one. Enjoying, it's about having second choice, and this is exactly what it is, Maria. Good morning, by the way. It's about having a squad, and that's what I'm worried about. Is our squad. We need a squad at the end of the day, and we don't have a squad at the end of the day. But I do feel with a couple of more signings, we will be okay. It's the defensive side I'm worried about. The defensive side I'm a bit worried about. But good comment. You make it this so easy, like it's going down sport to pick up a pack of gum. And it's not easy, my friend Macmillan. I know it's not easy at the end of the day, but we should have had a full sale. And I said that. I said that a long time ago, that Man United needed a full sale, Macmillan. And at the end of the day, it's not happening, but we back the process. We have to, as Jim Ratcliffe said, it's going to take a few years. And the reason it's going to take a few years is because these players do not want to leave, and these players do not want to half their wage sort of thing. They don't want to half their wage. They don't want to, I mean, who would you? At the end of the day, let's look at it logically, right? If I'm earning 300,000 a week with a social media following, playing for Manchester United, etc., having a lovely life playing for Manchester United, would you leave to go to Fulham on half the wage? You wouldn't, would you? But you cannot blame the players somewhat. You cannot blame them because at the end of the day, they've been given the wage by their ex-ownership, obviously by the Glazers, Woodward, Murtough. All those guys are responsible for this, isn't it? It is sad, but it's going to take time to get rid of these players, and we're going to have to run down their contracts. Sadly, because obviously you can look at these players and say they lack ambition, they don't want to play, but at the same time you can see their point of view. That's what I'm trying to point at. But they don't want to leave the club, and it is harming the club, of course, future aspirations. But this is why we have to be smart in the market. We have to get loans. We have to try our best. And other teams are doing it. I mean, Chelsea getting Osimhen on loan, for example. Other teams are doing it. We can do it if we work hard. There are players around the world. Football is not just based in Europe, it's around the world, and we can find players, we can find those gems if we scout properly. But good comment, man. I know what you mean, man. Don't worry. Mark, good morning. Yeah, Mark, how you doing, my bro? It's not about being wealthy, it's about having the market to make you profitable, and United has the largest fan base in the world with over 5 million fans. Mark, exactly, my friend. Exactly. We've got 500 million fans, but we can't find $500,000 to buy a player. And this is the thing I've been pointing at for ages. Me, you, Mark. We know. We've been there. We know we're not hateful. Mark, tell me this: am I hateful? Mark, answer my question. You know how we backed Ten Hag last season. You know how we backed the players last season. You know where we were last season, and we were there backing the team every single week. And we were, even when we lost 4-0 to Palace, we were saying, don't turn against the manager. Don't do it. And we know the problems. We know the problems at Man United. They run deep. It's 20 years of absolute mediocrity and absolutely the club being run to the ground, isn't it? It's not what we are about, you know. At the end of the day, it's hate. It's nothing to do with hate. It's nothing to do with agendas. It's about a football conversation about Manchester United. And at the end of the day, Mark, as we know, you know, we got ball knowledge, you got ball knowledge. Guys in the comments, they're absolutely elite ball knowledge. We know that it is about a constructive criticism and a constructive argument that we're trying to put forward in regards to Manchester United not buying players. Now, we can say this: Manchester United have the money, but don't want to spend the money. Or Manchester United are worried about FFP. Yeah, they're worried about FFP. But as you said, Mark, we have a worldwide fan base of 500 million. A percentage of this world support Manchester United. So where's the money going? Sonny Armstrong supported the club for 5 decades. Now, Armstrong, who's that Armstrong? I don't know. I supported the club for 4 decades, been around the world supporting the club, mate. Been around the world watching this football club, for example. Do you know what I mean? So to the point that I actually know players, do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's not about having an argument with you, Sonny. I know you're a bit, you're feeling a bit down this morning, but don't worry. Have a cup of coffee, relax. It's just a conversation about football, and we're here with much love and much caring for you, Sonny. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get to where we want to go and we get to the place we want to go together, because that's what it's about, mate. It's about us on the same ship going to the same destination, which is cutting down Manchester City. And to cut down Manchester City, to cut down Arsenal, yes, it will take time. But we still have to be ruthless, don't we? At this present time, we have to be ruthless. We cannot be soft. We have to be. And it's not hate, it's not agendas, it's nothing to do with that. We are not good enough. Some of our players are not good enough. And I like to say where I've been hateful. I like to say that. I like to know where that has been coming from. Irfan, good morning, my friend. How you doing? I have a feeling United will go down for big money, move like Ugarte, Zubimendi, only one more player. Hopefully, let's just remember, right? Let's put it in perspective that the transfer window is not over. We do have time to make deals. It is 9 days to the start of the season. Deals can happen. Don't be surprised if we're going for an Ugarte. Of course, Andre Neto, the Fluminense player, has been spoken of highly. But also, news coming out that Manchester United want to hijack the deal for Fofana. Fofana was, of course, going to AC Milan. And Manchester United want to hijack that deal. What do you think of Fofana then? Fofana, I like Fofana as a player. I think he's a very good player. I think he would fit us like a glove, Fofana. And I think if we got a Fofana in, it'd be very, very exciting because he's a good player. He's a good player. And he will complement Manu in that midfield. Now, obviously, he's very close to joining AC Milan. We did go after Fofana a couple of weeks ago as we were on here. We did go after him for a couple of weeks. But at the end of the day, we pulled out of it because of the Ugarte deal. But Fofana, it represents an exciting prospect, doesn't it? It represents an exciting player. And I would like a Fofana at Manchester United. How do you feel about a Fofana, Manchester United going in for another bid for him? So you see, there's still 9 days to go this window. Things can change. It's not just about buying players and, you know, selling players and we're all upset right now. It's about, let's wait and see until the first game against Fulham and let's see where we are. I do think we will challenge next season. And you want us to talk about hate and negativity? I'm going to tell you like this. We will challenge next season. And that's not no pressure. I just believe that. That's a feeling I have. I'm not putting any pressure on the team. I know people get upset. So don't put too much pressure on them. I'm not putting pressure on the team. I'm saying that I feel like we will have a good season next season, guys. Mark, yeah, United has a squad of 28 players. Chelsea has 41 players. Wow, exactly. And why is that? You know, they run pretty well, don't they? They know how to wheel and deal. They know how to do deals, of course. They know how to twist the market. They're smart. In business, you have to be smart at the end of the day. You cannot be a goody-goody. You cannot be like this. By the way, not goody-goodies. The Glazers are smart. They just want their money and their dividends. That's what they want. And this is why we're having a problem, because we're run by the Glazers. No other club in the world are run like leeches, like the Glazers, like we are. No other club. Let's not forget the Glazers are still in charge. Let's not forget that. They are still there at the end of the day. Yeah, Man United needed Qatar money, but we have completely disrespected Qatar, and Qatar will never come in for another bid ever again, in my opinion. Yeah, can't do any deals. Irfan, I'll just see would have just turned United into Malaga, and we would have relegated into the third tier of English football. Mate, Malaga was a different kettle of fish, mate. I wouldn't have said that. That was just propaganda. Why Man United get relegated when we've had the worst ownership in history, you know, which is the Glazers? Qatar would have put money in. They would have got rid of players. They would have cleared the debt. What's wrong with that? You know, why would they get relegated? Why? In what world would Man United get relegated if we had an ownership that will come in? There are different people, by the way. Qatar, just not one person. They're different people who bought Malaga. Right, you just remember that, yeah? Everyone is different. Life is multi-layered. You're not the same as Sonny. Sonny's not the same as Macmillan. I'm not the same as Sonny. We're all different people. So you never know what would happen. It's hypothetical, isn't it? But what we're saying is that it's about giving United the best chance. The best chance was clearing the debt, get rid of the Glazers, paying off contracts that need to be paid so these players go. Right? At the moment, we're going to be patient, Macmillan. Qatar are past and old news. I don't want to argue back. Qatar is finished. Let's think about what Ineos need to do, right? Ineos need to be ruthless. Of course, Ineos need to be ruthless, but it is going to take more time. It is going to take more time, Macmillan. I'd love to sit there with you with a conversation. It's a good conversation to have because there's lots of ins and outs. It's multi-layered. And at the end of the day, as I said at the beginning of the stream, we just hope Ineos succeed. And we hope they bring us back to the promised land. Yes, it will take time. It will take time. I'm not putting pressure on anyone. It will take time. But at the end of the day, I feel like we'll have a good season next season. Let's sit back a second and just say this. I feel we will have a good season next season, regardless. I just got that feeling at the end of the day. And by the way, who's Ten Hag in and who's Ten Hag out here? I want to know who was Ten Hag in and who is Ten Hag out in this stream. I want to know who it is. Let's go to Sonny. Sonny, Mick Fofana is a decent, but yeah, Mark, Fofana is decent. We will United fans be okay with him losing the ball 14 times per game every game. Is his only real negative side. Yeah, we do need players who can keep the ball. One thing I do like, Mark, what I want is that I want players to not be scared of the ball. We have a lot of players who are scared to take the ball. Not Mainu. Mainu's fantastic. I just don't want players to be scared of taking the ball, if you know what I mean. I said Man United, supporting Man United. I said I've been supporting Man United for 5 decades. Good, mate. So you know it's not about hate. You know where we come from. You know our history. If you know our history, Sonny, then you understand that it is about football conversation and it's not just about agendas and hate. That's not in my DNA, mate. Hate. It's not. Me and other people in this chat were supporting Ten Hag to the bitter end last season. Positivity, bringing that love. This is pre-season. We're talking about a constructive argument here. It's not even an argument, it's a debate. And at the end of the day, you have your opinion, Sonny. And I like you, Sonny. That's you, isn't it? You know, at the end of the day, but do not say that people are hateful when they're not. I've been around the world supporting Man United. I can prove it as well. I don't just say it, I can prove it. All right, at the end of the day, I've done my call in regards to supporting this club before we were champions, okay? And before we even won the league. We were 24 years without a trophy when I started supporting, and I was going to games at the end of the day. So you're a good Man United fan, that's great. So just don't go to other United fans and say, oh, you're hateful. It's not about hate, mate. This is about a constructive criticism, and we hope. Man United, I know that last chat you were a bit upset and blah, 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 but try and be a bit more positive. Try and understand it from other people's point of view that we're talking about football. We're not talking about hate. There's no hate in football. What is hate? At the end of the day, it's football. Nothing to do with hate. This is the wrong channel if you want to talk about hate. It's completely not in my DNA, mate. No, absolutely not. That's why I have a decent fan base who follow me, because I am not hateful at the end of the day. I talk about constructively about the club I love and a club you love as well, Sonny. So let's be good, yeah? That's all good. Fofana, definitely. Fofana does lose the ball sometimes. We have to remember that. Wow, this chat here is clearly a fantasy world. No sense of realism. At the end of the day, the chat is about. At the end of the day, realism is about having optimism, but cautious optimism. That's what life is about, and I practice cautious optimism. Some people in the chat make opinion. They have an opinion, and that's their opinion. Macmillan, that's your opinion. You have an opinion. But at the end of the day, when the season starts, my friend, we are all going to be on the same boat, wanting us to win football matches. And that is what the most important thing is at the end of the day. We're going to be here. We're going to be here talking to each other, celebrating, we hope. We'll be talking about, we will lose games, we will draw games, we will have disappointing days, but that's the whole point of the process. It's like someone the other day came to me and said, what about the 7-0? When we lost 7-0 to Man United? When you're trying to change the structure of a football club, you're going to get hammered sometimes. And I said this to him. I didn't jump on the bandwagon. Oh, they're crap. Bruno's this, that. I didn't jump on anything. I said, when you're trying to change the structure of a football club or the way we play, you're going to get hammered. When Man United brought through the class of 92, we got hammered a couple of times. Against Southampton 6-3, against Newcastle 5-0, against Tottenham 4-1. We got hammered. We got hammered. But you have to remember, think about the long run in regards to if you're changing the structure of a football team, this is what's going to happen. This is going to happen. You're going to get hammered. And this is the type of thing I've been talking about. And it's nothing to do with hate. And it's nothing to do with agendas. Your opinion matters, Macmillan. My opinion matters. Sonny's opinion matters. But let's not throw out accusations. It's not right, is it? We all have an opinion, and we'll all have a right to our opinion, isn't it, guys? Mark, last summer, United got offer of 30 million for McTominay with 2 years left. This summer offer is 20 million, 1 year. So why even think about it? Take the 20 million now and cause it's not good. Yeah, McTominay didn't want to leave, Mark, isn't it? He didn't want to leave. And you have to play. Has a good morning, bro. Mishek, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Kieran, welcome to the stream. How you doing? How you doing, my friend? Let's have a look at Kieran. I'm getting a lot of comments here. Good to see you all. Kieran, Ten Hag deserves a chance, and who knows, he may change to Van Nistelrooy next to him and guide this team to top 4. That's what we want, is the Kieran positivity. That's what we need in this chat. We need a touch of dose of, was it Salt Bay of positivity? We need a Salt Bay of positivity. That's what we need within this chat. It's getting a bit hostile in here. It's getting a bit hot. Lester, it's getting too hot in here. Stop it. What do people think about this new style of play? I love it, mate, and I hope that it prospers and it does very well. Ten Hag is the man. He's going to bring us to the promised land. That's what it's all about, guys. That's what football's about. Having an optimism before the season. Optimism before the season. Come on. Sonny in their chat with 2 accounts, Macmillan and Sonny, and not just your opinion of facts. I mean, everyone has different opinions of diversity, Mark. Bro, we come from diversity. We come from we know about diversity. We know about life. You know what I mean? It's not just about your opinion and my opinion. It's about everyone's opinion, isn't it? At the end of the day, without opinion and without difference of opinion, life would be boring, wouldn't it? You know, it would be boring if we all had the same opinion and we all agreed. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. It would be boring, wouldn't it? But at the end of the day, it is about opinion, and it's not about hate. Just because I disagree with Mark doesn't mean I hate Mark. It doesn't mean I call him a hateful person. It doesn't mean I call him a negative person. This is a constructive opinion. And at the end of the day, we all want the same for this football club, for crying out loud. This is what it's all about. We all want the same for this football club. We all want this football club to succeed. And me and Mark, by the way, we both feel that we're going to have a good season next season, by the way. We both said that we're going to go and we're going to smash it next season. And I believe that. So I don't know what's hateful about that. Ineos, ask patience. So let's be patient and trust the process. And that is exactly right, Mark. We will have patience, of course, but we will also call out things when we need to call out things. But it's important not to overreact. We have 9 days to the start of the season. Something could happen. But in my opinion, the whole structure will take a couple of years, 3 years, to be implemented effectively and properly, and that we're in where we want to be at the end of the day. But I do feel in the long run we will challenge. That's what it's about. Like you say, just go and get the players. Right? What if they not get players in and those players backfire? Then it's seen as they need replacing again. They have wasted money and back. No, it's not, mate. But if you think like that, it's a hypothetical argument again. If you think like that, you're never going to sign a player because at the end of the day, every player can fail, right? Every player. Ugarte might come in and fail, right? You can think like that about every single player. Every single player can fail. It's not a way to live. I can walk around the corner and get hit by a bus. It's like that, isn't it? You know, life is multi-layered, mate. You have to be a bit more positive. You have to think it can work. It can work if we put the belief and we believe in the structure. Do you know what I mean? God forbid. Anyway, God forbid. There's no new style of play. No, the players just finally understand their phase. Yeah, and also, Mark, we need the players who can play that style of play. This is the whole point, isn't it? We need players who can play that style of play. And now we have the profiles available. Yeah, exactly. You see, man of reason. We need players who can play that style of play. You cannot tell McTominay to turn into Paolo Maldini. You cannot tell Lindelof to turn into Nemanja Vidic. You can't do that, can you? It is at the end of the day, you need the players who can implement that style of play, of course. And I feel that it's going to work. It's going to work, and we have to believe. And oh goodness me! So at the end of the day, that is not. If I'm saying to Man United they're going to be successful next season, if that is negative, what is not successful? A quadruple. Yes, Kenny. Realistically, top 4 or 5 this season. I hope to be proven wrong. Kenny, at the end of the day, top 4 with a trophy would be progress, wouldn't it? And we would have to take that right now. But as I've always said, aim for the moon, land on the stars. Aim for the stars, land on the clouds. Aim for the clouds, you're going to land in the mud. At the end of the day, we always aim high. But we always understand the circumstances as the season goes along. We're going to understand the circumstances of what's going on at the club and what can be improved and what can't be improved and what we need to do, what we can't, and what, exactly. It is about opinion and it's about constructive opinions. It's not about throwing out accusations or insults or defamation of character, things like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's about just talking about the football club and what can improve and what can we do through past experience of 20 years of the Glazers. Do you know what I mean? Then that's what it's about. Big up MUS Realist TV. Big up Realist TV. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing Mick. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at my friend Matt Millen. Some of the players will maybe have big names, but we don't suit the way we play. Exactly, Mark. We don't have players who can suit the way we play. Like, let me give you a little example, right? You can take charge of a League 2 side, right? And you can tell that League 2 side to play tiki-taka, right? You can tell them, I want you to play like prime Barcelona. But they can't do it. Why can't they do it? Why can't that team in League 2 play like Barcelona? Why? Because they don't have the players to do it. They don't have the talent to do it. They don't have the know-how to do it. Now, Maguire, for example, cannot play like Licha Martinez. Licha Martinez can't play like Maguire. Why? Because they're two different players. We need the player to fit the profile of the style that Ten Hag needs to play. Good point, Mark, definitely. Kenny, there's a clear style of play since season 1 when Ten Hag was... Yes, exactly, but the haters just wanted to say we have no style of play. That was it. The haters just want to say Ten Hag has zero style of play. That's all they wanted to say, but they're not watching the game. They're not watching the game. They're not thinking about the game critically, about what's going on in regards to the players that we have on the pitch that can't play that style. But when we do have our first team, you can see style. You can see signals of the style he wants to play. And it's a very good way of playing because he has destroyed Real Madrid with it in the Bernabeu. Morning, Night Running. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Getting cooked for you, Liverpool. Morning, Sal. I told you we were getting cooked for you. Oh, mate, don't say that. At the end of the day, it's about the opening games of the season when we play Liverpool at Old Trafford. That's what matters, Night Running. That's what matters, my friend. We matter about the game again at Old Trafford in the league. That's what it matters the most, in my opinion, I believe. Mark, these players... I hope these players who rejected a chance to leave will show enough heart when given the chance this season. But I will be backing them to win every single match day. Exactly, Mark, and that's what it's about. We can say what we feel now, but when it comes to the game, on match day, we will be supporting those players and we will be supporting that team 100% with full heart in it. No, that's all right, Sonny. We all have opinion, mate. I like you very much. I think you have a very good ball knowledge. I'm not a hateful person, though. I'm not negative. It's just opinion. And sometimes we have different opinions. That's absolutely fine. But I've got major love for you. Don't worry about it, mate. We're gonna be here next season, and we're gonna fight for this title. I'm not going to say title. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I know it's a bit way ahead, but I've got Kevin Keegan in my head. We're still fighting for this title, and he has to go to Middlesbrough and get something, because I love it if we beat them. Look, no, I feel like we will have a good season next season. And at the end of the day, we have frustrations because we didn't get Ugarte through the door. Of course, we need a midfield, we need a defender. Euro was a frustrating injury, of course, and we're upset about Euro. Of course, a lot of things have not gone our way this summer so far, and obviously we're a little bit disgruntled, but we have to show patience, and we are going to show patience. And Sonny, I hope you're well, and I hope you're good. You're a very, very decent lad. Mark, at Macmillan, the scouting system is the most important when it comes to buying players, as well as deals that are being offered are important too. Some is customer 100% failure and didn't transfer, didn't. Yeah, this is why I like the news of Andre Neto out of Fluminense. I like the idea of signing players that are relatively unknown to people, that are relatively under the radar. So like an Andre Neto would represent an unknown signing that we will be bringing in, and it'll be a cheaper option. But not to say that he isn't a bad player, because at the end of the day, where do Benfica get these players from? Where do Ajax get these players from? They scout them, and we need to get ahead of the game in regards to scouting. Real Madrid do it very well. They get ahead of the game in regards to scouting. We need to get ahead of the game in regards to scouting as well, of course. What about Ineos? Opinion. They have, mate, I have nothing but support for Ineos and what they're doing. It's not an easy job. This is deemed the impossible job somewhat. At the end of the day, I have nothing but support for Jim, and I have nothing but support for Ineos, and I really hope they bring us to the promised land. Jim Ratcliffe is in his late 70s. I want him to see Manchester United lift that trophy, and I want to see him smile. I want to see you smile, Macmillan. I want to see me smile. I want to see Mark smile. I want to see Sonny smile. I want to see all of us smiling and happy. That's what I want to see out of our fan base. I don't want us arguing. I don't want us debating about nonsense when we're all in the same ship. We're all in the same hovercraft. We're all there aiming for the same place, which is the promised land. Football is about winning, and we hope we win. We hope we win, and we're going to support the club until we do. We're not going to have down tool in our support, and we're going to carry on supporting the football club. Just a moment. Forget the Glazers. We don't like the Glazers. We know the Glazers. And even, I want to say this, right? If Ineos bought the club fully, if they bought the club 100%, it would be better. But of course, anyone run under the Glazer ownership is going to struggle, because the Glazers are poison. And anyone who's going to be dictated, and who signs the checks, it's the Glazers. At the end of the day, anyone who's going to be under the Glazers is going to struggle, because the Glazers are greedy and incompetent. It's nothing to do with Ineos in one way. Ineos are a fantastic company, cycling company, who've done very well and have been successful in everything they've done, apart from football. But owning Nice is a very difficult project, of course. At the end of the day, the Glazers have stamped on this club, have put this club through the mud for so many years now. They have, and it's going to be very, very hard and very difficult to pick this club up and to bring it to where we want to go. Now, fair play to Ineos that they have invested in the youth structure. They have invested in the training academy as well. Absolutely brilliant, because our training academy was dated, and this is a start. Now, in regards to the frustration comes from certain players who do not want to leave, and that is annoying. But as you said, Macmillan, we cannot force these players to leave. It is not. We cannot say like you need to leave now. That's it. We have to pay off their contracts. They have bumper contracts. Teams don't want to pay off those contracts, and that is testament to what the Glazers have been doing for the last 20 years. At the end of the day, we have to wait till their contract runs out if they don't leave, and that is obviously going to harm us in the futures. But we have to remain positive that we can bring in some players and we can start getting wins under our belt. Our squad is good. Xerxes and Euro were good additions. Our squad is decent. It's enough to get top four. If we get top four, then the wheels start rolling, isn't it? The wheels start rolling, and we start moving in the right direction. And that's what it's about: is moving in the right direction. And I feel we are moving in the right direction. Although the Glazers, you can still feel that the Glazers are there. You can still feel that they're under our wing, you know what I mean? And well, we're under their wing. so to speak, hypothetically, not hypothetically, theoretically. So at the end of the day, the Glazers are still there. Ineos are going to find it difficult. And if Ineos spoke the truth, if they really came out and they said, look, we're under the Glazers, it's going to be difficult. Jim Ratcliffe basically said something similar to this in regards to being under, they're going to take a few years to get where we're going to go. He knows why, because of the way we've been run for the last 20 years. Mark, another note, predictions for the Community Shield. Manchester United 2, Manchester City 1. That's my prediction for the Charity Shield. That's my prediction that we're going to win the Charity Shield. Kenny, pre-season means nothing, to be honest. Let's see what is Arne Slot all about in the league. Yes, wait till he comes to Old Trafford, that Barbie doll-looking guy over there, Arne Slot. Wait till he loses a couple of games. Let's see how good he is. Let's see if he's as good as Ten Hag. Let's see if he can survive all the pressure that Ten Hag had to face last season, the mitigating circumstances, the tweets, the off-field issues, the media barrage against him. Let's see if he can handle that. He won't get nowhere near that sort of criticism because it's not Ten Hag and it's not Man United. But when he does, because Liverpool are a big club, in theory, they are a big club, he's going to feel the pressure. So if he loses at Old Trafford, he better be ready to come back, because at the end of the day, we're ready to pounce on him, because he's all happy, he's all smiley right now, and he feels like it's going to be a piece of cake for him. Next season, it's going to be a very difficult season for Liverpool, I'm predicting. I don't think he's Jurgen Klopp. I don't think he's anywhere near Jurgen Klopp. I don't think he's anywhere near Erik Ten Hag. I think he's going to struggle. Kenny, what's good? Everyone is. Let's have a look at this. Macmillan, no one here. No, yeah, big up. United win 1-0. United, yeah, we're going to win the Community Shield. I'm very, very confident in doing that. My man, no one here thinks Anthony needs to be sold before Rashford. Scott Lindelof, Luke Shaw. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, Anthony is at least gives 100%, doesn't leak things to the media, plays when he's asked to play, doesn't feign injury, doesn't walk around the pitch, fights for the badge. And that's what I love about Anthony. There's players there who are happy to sit down, wait for their contracts to expire and just earn the P, and that's it. And at the end of the day, that is the mentality we need to remove from the football club completely. That's the mentality we need to get rid of at the end of the day. Spot on, Mark. Myfel, we sell players, still be patient. Yeah, we can still sell players. Abdullah, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. We need to sell players. It's important. Man United 3. Let's have a look at that. United 3, Manchester City 2. Mark, that would be a very nerve-wracking game, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that it will be 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. We won't go 3-0 up. Or we might go 3-0 up and it might 3-3-2. That's the sort of game we play, don't we? So you never know. Xerxes goal and assist. Xerxes brace, Mark. Xerxes brace, I'm going for. A Xerxes brace. Felix, how you doing, my friend? Good morning. But we have to sign another midfielder for sure. Yes. And this is the whole point of it. We are very, very weak in midfield. We are. We do need a player, an enforcer in there, someone who can play in front of the defence, acting like a shield in front of the defence, in the Community Shield, acting like a shield in the Community Shield. We need a midfielder there who can act like a shield in front of our defence. We don't have that enforcer right now. I like Casemiro. Casemiro has been a generational throughout the years, but I feel like his legs are slightly gone. Eriksen's legs have gone as well. We cannot rely on these players to play 90 minutes. They're substitute players in theory, are they not? Because at the end of the day, their legs have gone. And when you're playing against Manchester City, you've got all the legs in the world. Basically, it's going to be difficult. I would start the similar formation, a similar style that we played in the FA Cup final against Man City. Please forget Liverpool team is aging like man. Yeah, Liverpool are on the way down. Liverpool on the way down, mate. Absolutely 100%. They think that Arne Slot is going to be their saviour. He's their new David Moyes. Woodward could have booked Van Dijk for 70 million, but he only wanted to pay 65 at the end. Yeah. And when they went on to pay 80 million for Guaya, all this rubbish to pass through the system, then we can hold Ineos accountable. Woodward was an absolute nightmare. He would spend the whole summer looking for a player, chasing a player, and then not agreeing a fee. Then when it comes to a day before the transfer window, would end up paying double the fee for a player that is nowhere near as good. You're absolutely spot on in regards to that. In regards to Ineos, we got to give them time. We have to give them time. We do. It has only been the first month in the transfer window, of course. So we have to wait and see what happens. We're not going to get carried away. We support them, but we will hold them accountable if they don't succeed. It's as simple as that. We're Manchester United. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world. We do not think like Stoke. We're not that team. We're Manchester United. You have to think like, what would that team do? What would another team do? Exactly. We're not Real Madrid yet, because Real Madrid have been run like a beast for the last 120 years, or since they've been around. They've never changed. They've never had a Glazer ownership. So at the end of the day, we have to see what happens with Ineos and see how they do. Hopefully they can buy 100% of the club. Hopefully the Glazers leave, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, because the Glazers have got a job for life. They've got free money for life. They've got dividends for life. That's what they're going to do, pass down to generation after generation after generation. You can thank whoever you want for that. They should never bought the club in the first place. It was due to a horse, and it shouldn't have happened in the first place. But we have to be hopeful, and at the end of the day, hope is all we have. At the end of the day, and if we don't have hope, what do we have? And we have to see what happens in the future, of course. Guys, you've been absolutely brilliant. It's been an emotional roller coaster, this chat. But please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to smash a like. You guys are absolutely elite, every single one of you. We may agree, we may disagree. That's what football is about. It's about opinion, and it's about your opinion. It's about my opinion. It's about everyone's opinion. At the end of the day, we all have differences of opinion. At the moment, it is quite evident that we are very frustrated at the moment, and we're very annoyed about certain things. Some people are annoyed that we're impatient. Some people are annoyed that we're not. We're too patient. You can't win in this hemisphere. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's about what you feel, and I respect what you feel. At the end of the day, we are all in the same boat, as I said, and we're aiming for the same destination, which is success for our football club. At the end of the day, it's nothing to do with hatred. It's nothing to do with negativity. It's nothing to do with you're this. I'm a better fan than you. I've been to this game. I've done that more than you. I'm a fan longer than you. We're all Manchester United fans. We're here for the long run, and we're going to be here all next season debating with each other who should play, who shouldn't play, he should play, he should play. It's going to be like that, isn't it, next season? We shouldn't have played him, we should have played him, we should have done that, we should have done that style, we should have done that style. It's going to be like that. We're all going to disagree. We all have opinions about football, but the main thing is the big goal, which is we want a successful football club, and that's what it's all about. I will support that football club when it comes to the first game of the season, starting with Manchester City on Saturday. I will be supporting this football club. Of course, I will be supporting on Saturday, on Friday. I'm not going to mention what we need. I'm not going to mention what we didn't get. I'm going to just be supporting the players who are on the pitch. And that's how I've been. If people have followed me on Twitter for a long time, you would know how I am in regards to this football club and how we always support the football club. And we supported Ten Hag through thick and thin last season, and we understood the mitigating circumstances. This will be my 11. Mark, let's have a look at your 11, Mark. Let's have a look. So this will be my 11 starting the match. Onana, yeah. Shaw, yeah. Martinez, yeah. Maguire is a bit like, yeah, maybe. Evans is one, but Maguire, yeah. Let's say, yeah. Dalot on the right back, yeah. Casemiro, yeah. Mainu, yeah. Bruno, yeah. Garnacho, yeah. You play Sancho instead of Ahmed or Anthony. You play Sancho. It could work. Xerxes. Do you know what I really miss at Mark? I really miss the 4-4-2. I really hope we are. I don't know about you, but I would love to see us play Xerxes and Rasmus up front one day. But we can't do that anymore. Football's evolved, of course. We don't have the 4-4-2 anymore. I remember a time when we had Dwight York, Andy Cole, and Solskjaer, Teddy Sheringham in the squad. And we could play a 4-4-2. Nowadays, we don't play two up front, do we? We play a one up front, and we play the front three, don't we? So things have changed somewhat. But that's a decent team. I'll be happy with that. How do you feel about Mark's team? So let's reread that. You can read it on the screen. Onana, Shaw, Martinez, Maguire, Dalot in defence. Casemiro, Mainu in midfield. Bruno as the number 10. Garnacho on the left, and Sancho on the right. Is it Sancho on the left and Garnacho on the right? Who is it? Any Amrabat updates? Yeah, Manchester United could be ready to keep Amrabat should midfield options not come in at the end of the day. I'm a big fan of Amrabat. There's a lot of criticism from Amrabat from certain quarters, which I feel that is unacceptable. He came in, he was injured. He played left back. He weren't playing in his right position. But when he did play midfield, he did play very well. I'll be very happy with him coming. I'd first Sancho on the right. Yeah, I do as well, but he likes the left, doesn't he? But you know why he likes the left. He likes to cut in. He wants a stat pad at the end of the day. Either team, whatever team you pick, that's similar to the team I would pick. There's a couple of tweaks here and there, but that's a similar team and probably it's a kind of team he would pick. I'm not sure he would pick Xerxes, and I'm not sure he would pick Garnacho yet. I think he will wait and put them on the bench. But I would pick a similar side. I would pick Xerxes, I would pick Garnacho, and I would pick Bruno in that team for the game I get on Saturday. Of course, on the right is subject to opinion. Of course, we've got a few right midfielders there who want to play. It's up to the team, the players who come in and prove themselves at the end of the day, and they take the opportunity to scruff of the neck. Either way, we will be supporting the football club. Some people are saying we're going to play a false number 9. We're going to play with Sancho as the false number 9. That could work also. We played a similar formation against Man City in the FA Cup final. If we remember, we played a similar formation then. And so anything, as long as we get the win, and as long as we win that Community Shield, and don't let Man City celebrate anything too soon, because if we win this Charity Shield, it sets us up nicely for the morale of the team for next week. Again, next Friday. Remember, it's Friday against Fulham at Old Trafford. Under the lights at Old Trafford. Nothing better than under the lights at Old Trafford. With the new regime starting, and that's what matters. But Sancho and Garnacho can do what Williams and Yamal did for Spain, the Euro, switching sides all match long. Very, very good point, and they confused the living daylights out of England in that game at the end of the day. And I think that if Man United need to employ similar tactics, of course, is very, very important. I would stick to the way we played against Man City in the FA Cup final. I think it was very effective. I think Pep had no answer. The only goal they had was a mistake for Onana. And again, Onana, it's a big season for Onana, isn't it? It's a massive season for Onana, so we have to wait and see what happens next season with Onana. Hopefully he improves. Hopefully he doesn't make any mistakes. He removes those mistakes from his game, because if he removes those mistakes from his game, he's a very, very good goalkeeper, world-class goalkeeper. If he can remove those mistakes from his game, because he does make some brilliant saves, but he's got to stop letting the ball in silly angles. When we have an evening prayer, I always pray for my club. You make the dua for the club. Do you make the dua or for the club? If you make a dua for your football club, do it. If you make a prayer, if you make a wish for your club, if you're Christian, if you're Hindu, if you're Muslim, whatever it is, make a prayer for Manchester United, because at the end of the day, we are the blessed club. We are the club of blessings, and Manchester United are the club that put this country, not this country, I'm in the UAE, but England on the map. They're the ones who put England on the map. And we hope and we pray for peace, and we hope and we play for Man United as well. So at the end of the day, let's put it in perspective. It's just football at the end of the day, and we hope for the best for our football club, and that's what we hope for at the end of the day. We're wishing for the best for our football club, and we hope that we come back here next season and we're all celebrating, we're all like popping champagne, and we're absolutely delighted, or popping Coca-Cola, whatever. If you don't drink, there you go. Hope Shaw can play. If not, I would play Amas on the left back, then McTominay and Wan-Bissaka will first have to work for game time. I agree. I would play Harry Amas if Luke Shaw is not around. If Luke Shaw is not around, Harry Amas should start. I believe it's about time we started bringing him in. He's good enough. I feel he's good enough to play on that left back position. I feel like if we play him, he will get better and better and better and stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's the good thing about young players. You have to give them a chance. As Sir Alex Ferguson once said, the great Sir Alex Ferguson said, if you do not give youth a chance, they will stagnate. So it's important that we give youth a chance as well. We've got a lot of good young players coming through the ranks. We've got as good of youth players coming through as the class of 92. No pressure. Of course, the class of 92 came in, obviously, with Garrett Cantona, Peter Schmeichel, Steve Bruce, Gary Pallister, Ryan Giggs, of course. So we cannot put too much pressure on them. They don't have winners in the team now like they did in 1992. So if they come through, we've got to give them time. Kerwin, how you doing, my friend? I am kind of worried, especially for the players just coming back from holidays, to be ramped all the way up into such a high-level game without any pre-season game action. And this is why I think that Erik ten Hag will play a system that have been playing for the last few friendly games. I think he will play Sancho. He probably will play Rashford, to be honest with you. He'll probably play a similar team to what he was playing against Liverpool in the first half. What about putting Obi on the bench for his match? Imagine him coming on a late score. Yes, that's what we want. We want young players to come through, and we want them to make their mark straight away. That's what we want. And at the end of the day, make their mark. We want them to make their mark, and we never know, it could happen. Great things have happened at this football club. So if Obi Chido Martin comes in and he takes his opportunity, absolutely amazing. Can you imagine the feeling? He comes in, he takes on a couple of players and buries it in the top corner. It'd be absolutely incredible, wouldn't it? We'll be here celebrating, screaming, shouting. I'm doing a watch along for the game, but please don't forget to join me for the game. I'll be here, all emotion, All emotion, all emotion. It's not England this time. It's not the Euros this time. It's Manchester United. It's what matters the most at the end of the day. It's Manchester United, what we care about. And I'll be here calling the game here for the watch along, guys. Absolutely. Guys, it's been an absolute brilliant chat. You guys are absolute elite. Big respect to you all. Opinions, disagree, agree, you are all the same. We all have an opinion and we all love this football club, and that's what it's all about, guys. Don't forget to smash a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm very close. Sal, do you do FPL? No, I don't. Fantasy football, do you mean? No, I don't. Not anymore. I haven't done it for a while. I could do it this season. How about the A-League? I haven't done it. Yeah, we could do. It's just finding the time to do it. But I will try my best to do it next season. I'll keep you in touch. I'll keep in touch, and we'll see what we can do. I'm on Twitter. Just DM me, and we can go from there and work something out. Definitely 100%. Guys, I'm only a few away from 3,000 subscribers now. I entered this podcast, this fan cam thing, a month ago now, and it's really progressed really well. Ciao, bro. Ciao. Arrivederci. and I've entered this thing a month ago now. So guys, I'm close to. I've had 1,000 subscribers odd in the last month, and I just wanted to say thank you all for your support. It absolutely means a lot. So please, could you guys? I'm very close to 3,000 subscribers. Push it up to 3,000 today. I'm only 4 away, I believe, from 3,000 subscribers. So if you guys can push it up, that'd be absolutely amazing. You guys are absolutely elite. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. This is Stretford Post. Thank you so much. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Stretford Post. 85 likes, magnificent, guys. We couldn't move it up to 100, could we? We can't. We couldn't just push it up to 100. Could we push it up to 100? Those who haven't pushed a like, come on, guys, push a like. Do us a favor, push us a like. That would be fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. I'll be back later on with Chatterbox. I've got a very special guest in the midst, ready to talk to you. An expert, a football expert, finance expert in regards to Manchester United and what's going on. So any people want to talk about finances, here's your chance later on today to ask questions to my special guest. Guys, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you later on Chatterbox. Peace.